Welcome back to episode 3 of my Amateur Invest series. As you may recall from the last episode, I've lost money on the stock market.
Stop going down! Go back up! Stop!
As such, I need help. And I have only one place that I can turn to. Financial advisor? No, I'm talking about people on the street in Weston-super-Mare.
Any advice at all?
No, don't do it.
Don't do it. It's amazing the number of people who are saying that. Any advice at all? I want to make my millions, guys. Come on, please help. Come on, guys. Any advice at all?
No, it's alright.
It's not. I've lost money. Stocks, shares, anything like that.
I can bet this working if you are in the street.
What do you say?
He said it's not working if you're on the street. He's got a point.
He's entirely correct.
Buy some weed and invest it.
Buy some weed and invest it. Marvellous.
I mean,
hemp
yes.
is, maybe we should look into some hemp companies.
Off to a rocky start. With the last of my savings, I bought myself a sign and stood on the street corner begging people for any advice that they could give me in order to help me make my money back on the stock market. I'm happy to count this actually as my first piece of advice. Hemp is a really big deal. I'm not talking about legalise it or anything like that. I'm talking specifically about the material, hemp. The great thing on Trading 212 is that they will give you the historical stock price of all of these different companies. Let me see if I can find anything for hemp. Hollywood Bowl, Mothercare, okay. Aurora Cannabis! So over the past year, Aurora Cannabis has not really moved very much. Yeah, okay, it's gone up and down a little bit, averaging out about $6.50. So what this graph tells me is that if I'd invested in Aurora Cannabis back in mid-early March, February-March time, the stock price was about $3.17. Today, it's $6.50. I keep wanting to say pounds. Had I bought £100 worth of stocks back in February, today I'd have £200. If you'd accidentally bought stocks for $9.70 back in September of last year, then in February you would have lost 2/3 of your money. It's a dangerous game to play. Matt and I have been stood on the street corner for a good 10 minutes with me just holding this sign until somebody finally came up to talk to us properly. Well, I say us. I'd actually gone off to buy something and this person just walked up and spoke to Matt instead.
Do you know anything about the stock market at all? And do you think it's accessible for the everyday person?
Yes, there is a lot. I've noticed a lot of TikToks.
Whatever you do, don't take investment advice from the guy down the pub or the people twerking on TikTok.
It's accessible to anyone.
Yeah.
If you've got money and you've got a computer, you can get into stocks.
Entirely correct. In fact, it's how I started this series.
Obviously, not everyone's going to be the smart with it.
I feel attacked.
Research is like the highest thing you have to do, really.
Yeah.
Like the main important thing.
Absolutely right, you have to do your research. I did very preliminary research, learn from my mistakes. With that being said, do not take anything in my videos about investing as sound financial advice. I am an amateur trying to learn, and I hope that you take this away and you realise the risks inherent within doing what is basically gambling. Finally, we had some advice from someone. Incredibly, just a few minutes later, our next interviewee stepped forward. Again, talking to Matt before talking to me because he was the one with the camera.
I mean, I have a little bit invested in stocks, but not massively. I'm a bit new to stock markets myself.
What kind of things did you go for?
I got some shares in Heineken and Apple as well, but very minimal shares.
Okay, well, let's check out and see how those two guys are doing. All right, okay, okay. Oh dear. Okay, let's try Apple. Okay, a very, very good start. All over the place a little bit. Start of the year not too great. And whoa! Yeah, okay. Well, Apple certainly made more money there. So that's good.
So I'm using Trading 212.
Yes, same.
Oh, really?
I actually got it downloaded on my phone.
Oh, really?
So I literally just downloaded the app, put some money in, and just let it sit there. Very, very, very minimal. Like I haven't lost too much on it at all, but I haven't made much either.
Well, I went for Hyundai. That was a bad move. Nvidia should have got in there early.
Yeah.
And Alphabet.
Okay.
What do you think about those three? Do you think I'm going to make any money back on them?
I've not massively heard of them, but I mean.
Nvidia, they're the guys who do all the chips for laptops.
Okay, yeah, I reckon you could definitely make some money on those ones, yeah.
Now's a good opportunity to look into the 3 stock options that I bought into. For some really stupid reason, I wanted to go into Hyundai, and I don't know why. It was just the first one that I saw, and I got really excited, so I put most of my money into that. Big mistake. I lost money from Hyundai, it was ridiculous. I did look into the historic performance of Hyundai and saw that it had jumped up quite significantly. The thing that I really didn't take into account was the fact that here, the stock price was, okay, going up and down a little bit by a few quid, and then it leapt up, and then it was kind of staying similar, and then down, and then... Yeah, there was no reason for me to think that it was going to keep going up. Hyundai Motor Company logs decline in June sales. This is all stuff that I should have looked into when I first started investing. And I didn't. Why didn't I? Oh, up a little bit in April again. But no, in March it was down too! So I shouldn't have invested in Hyundai. Alphabet, also interesting. They're the guys who own Google and YouTube. And I thought, well, they're just constantly getting bigger and doing more stuff. They're one of the biggest companies out there. Surely their stock price could only rise. No! A year ago it was hopping up and down a little bit, and at the beginning of this year it started climbing and then cooled back down again. And then it was on an upward trend once again, peaking at the beginning of July. The stock price of something to do with Google is always going to be quite volatile because they're such a big public-facing company. Every now and again they'll come out with something brand new, a new product, and that will bring the stock price up because everybody gets excited for the launch of something new. But if that product very quickly turns out to be a complete dud, or people just don't like it for whatever reason, the stock price is going to immediately tumble. You don't know how they're going to perform because you can't see what they're developing and what they're going to release and whether or not it will be any good. Ah, good old Nvidia. So, Nvidia recently became it became the biggest company in the world, which is remarkable because it's a comparatively new company. It's younger than Google. They were looking at about $40–45 a share a year ago. Then it just shot right up into March. Then it shot up again towards the end of June. This is the bit where I invested, where it peaked. No, it wasn't. I invested at the beginning of June when the share price was 110. So when it shot right up, I was chuffed a bit. But then it started going down, up a bit, and then absolutely dive-bombed in August. And then it's come back up again. So between those three investments, Nvidia, doing okay. Alphabet, not so much. Hyundai, absolutely tanked. Cheers for that. Oh, hey, also, there's something really cool about this guy I'm interviewing right now. Check it out.
You can go finance bro? What's the plan?
Maybe one day. If my YouTube works for me, I might put some more in there. But...
Yeah, I found a fellow YouTuber. How cool is that?
Subscribe to the channel.
Nice one. Excellent. Thank you very much, mate.
Worries, mate.
Greatly appreciated.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, we call that networking. But after just those two people, things kind of dried up on the interview front. There's still people wandering around, but nobody seemed to want to talk to me.
Clearly, you're a better looking individual than me. That's why people want to talk to you. And it was like, oh, this handsome man is
maybe not
doing videos.
not looking as dishevelled helps, Alex.
So Matt and I moved on to a different area to see if we could find some more people. Sure enough, we did, really quickly. Once we moved around just a little bit, suddenly a lot more people wanted to talk to us. Hey, remember when I mentioned gambling earlier?
I do.
Do you?
You could invest in this.
Hi there.
Listen to this. What is this?
That's a game.
Yeah.
It's a gambling game.
This is the thing that she gave me. I mean, it looks really nice, and this was what she was trying to get me to invest in. She didn't tell me how to do that. Looks pretty though.
You should invest in that.
Invest in gambling.
I
mean, that's kind of what I'm doing at the moment.
It's sort of like mathematics. Like,
Mathematics.
It comes
Okay.
from art and mathematics.
Okay.
So I just feel like there's a brighter human destiny, a sort of cosmic sort of quest.
Not necessarily safe for stocks and shares then.
Nah, not at the moment.
That's fair enough.
Maybe in
That's
a
fair enough.
1,000 years in the
A
future.
1,000 years?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Invest in gambling. Don't invest in gambling. Don't do that.
Oh, this next bit's kind of funny. We just started calling out to people, just asking if anybody had any advice for us. And this was the response we got.
Porn star. Porn star.
Which ETFs or passive funds?
Passive funds in a porn star.
So, okay, but passive fund, right, okay, whatever. On a serious topic, what's an ETF? And can you actually get that in Pornstar? For that, we're going back to the Trading 212 website to check out the articles that they have in order to explain more of this to idiots like me. What is the definition of an exchange-traded fund ETF? An ETF is a form of investment fund following a specific number of financial securities. The function of an ETF is usually to track the outcome of an index. Alright, so far so good. ETFs offer you a convenient and cost-effective means to gain exposure, to a diversified folder of assets, without needing to purchase individual stocks or other securities. Can't think of anything dirty about that. Because ETFs track a range of assets, they provide automatic diversification, though investors are unlikely to outperform the market with them unless they add select stocks to their portfolios. So as I understand it, that means it's investing in lots of things at once to sort of average out your potential earnings and losses. So when it says portfolio, it does mean a range of things. I swear I'm understanding what I'm talking about here. A typical example would be the Standard & Poor's 500 index, the S&P 500. That's actually the portfolio that good friend of the channel Warren Buffett invested in. Can I get shares in OnlyFans? No, I can get Bumble. No ETFs there. Should have expected that. I can't show you the results on YouTube. Sorry. Anyway, Bane from Batman also gave me some advice.
Fuel and Glock.
Fuel and Glock.
Yes, fuel and Glock. Glock is always a safe and good investment.
Oh, this is literally a Glock. Sorry, I thought it was something else. Right.
I'm not saying buy a Glock.
Oh, okay.
Invest in the company.
Invest in the company Glock.
Yes.
Specifically
The
Glock.
market's going up since the founder died.
Right, okay, that's interesting.
Glock. I can't invest in Glock, unfortunately.
Cheers. Don't blow anything up. Good man, that Bane. Nice guy. It's going to go far.
I know the question on your lips right now. What was Bane doing in Western-super-Mare? Well, it turns out Comic-Con was on, and I got to meet some Daleks, so...
Are you ready to record?
I'm already filming.
Rachel, you will be exterminated! Exterminate! Exterminate!
That has nothing to do with investing, I just thought it was cool. But moving on from exterminating life to actually investing in life, this was a wonderful piece of advice that I got from somebody, although it won't make any money, but it's still just really nice.
Where should I be putting my money?
Invest in life.
In life? I like that. That's good.
It's not a form of gambling, isn't it, really?
Sorry?
That's not a form of gambling, isn't it, in a sense?
It really is. Most people's advice has been don't.
Has been what?
Don't.
Don't. Yeah, don't.
Yeah, so many people just said that investing was a bad idea, which is really strange because they don't even know me.
Anyway, good luck to you, man.
Thank you very much. Are you happy?
Thank you for watching the video so far, guys. If you're enjoying it, why don't you just leave a comment down below and say the worst piece of investment advice you could possibly give. I want to have the absolute most terrible advice you could possibly give somebody. Let's see what you got. I was actually incredibly fortunate to meet some real finance bros whilst out and about. It was near the end of the day, I didn't think anything was going to happen, and then I met this wonderful crew who gave me some cracking advice.
I'm saying he can't advise you on investing.
Why not?
Can you advise him on investing? Yeah? What stocks and shares have you got on the rise at the moment?
Roblox stocks.
Roblox stocks.
Yeah.
I hadn't even thought of that.
There you go.
Oh, and how much have you made on it?
Oh, I've made millions.
Sure enough, you can invest in Roblox. Okay, not too bad. Peaked around Christmas, which I suppose kind of makes sense if you think about it. Let's see if that happened every Christmas, actually. Oh god, stock has gone right down for Roblox. 2021, it peaked up at 134, and then it's just absolutely tumbled. It's a hell of a peak. And then it's just not really recovered after the beginning of 2022. That kind of makes sense, I suppose. People didn't really start going out and about more habitually and get back to real life, you know, as in the non-digital one, probably until about 2022. So I can't say I'm hugely surprised that stock of what is an online company basically dropped when people realised that they could go outside again.
What do you think we should invest in?
Dogecoin, though.
Not Dogecoin.
Not Dogecoin, not Dogecoin. How can we make lots of money? Blocks.
Blocks.
We need to invest in blocks.
Blocks. Excellent. That's good.
Something?
This is sound investment advice. I'm liking this. Bitcoin.
Bitcoin.
I can't invest in Bitcoin, it's not a stock. That's a entirely different kettle of fish that I'm not going to do.
Not Dogecoin. Do Bitcoin. Blocks.
Blocks, just blocks.
That's marvellous. Thank you, guys. This is for a film project that's going onto YouTube. Could I just have your consent to use your
Yeah, that's
videos?
absolutely fine.
Yeah, just hear it from all of you, please. Just say it to the camera.
Look at the camera and say, yeah!
Yeah. Smashing. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you. Nice one. Hey, there we go. There we are. Nice one. Good stuff, guys. Have a great day, yeah?
I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. It's quite different to the style of thing that I normally do. And also the first time in which I went out in public to interview random strangers. So that was harrowing. The purpose of this video was to try and get information from just random people and see what they knew. Once again, I cannot stress enough that I am not an expert. You should not take this as your personal financial advice. But I hope you enjoyed it. Episode 4 of this series is going to be all about what's happened over the course of the whole month. Yeah, and it all goes a bit strange. So please stick around for episode 4. Thank you very much, guys. Until then, I'll see you in the next video.